Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Abeer's Book Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing this book, The Jazz of Physics by Stephon Alexander. The secret link between music and the structure of the universe. So that is a pretty heavy subtitle to put on a book, but I think Stephon Alexander does a pretty amazing job linking the two. So the book is essentially about connecting concepts in physics to concepts in music, and particularly in jazz music. And the physics concepts are more so on a micro level and more related to the quantum field of physics. This book is sort of a journey that Stephon Alexander chronicles. It's his own journey, going from a bachelor's student to a master's level student to a PhD holder and then to a postdoc candidate, and all the different things he worked on during his academic career, and all the different people he met, and all the different things he learned about the connection between physics and music. So it talks about starting from the very beginning to concept introduced by Pythagoras, to concepts introduced by Aristotle. Then it moves on to the concepts introduced by Kepler, by Newton, by Richard Feynman, all of these great names in the field of physics, and how their work and their discoveries and their findings about the universe and about particles and about the Big Bang and about planetary motion, how they connect to the quintessential features of music and of jazz music. And the book focuses very heavily on this concept of vibration. So, as some of you might be aware, in physics, there's this concept of a wave-like nature of particles and an atom-like nature of particles. And the book focuses on the wave nature of things, how these microscopic or subatomic particles vibrate in the presence of, say, some external force, and how that vibration has enabled us to make groundbreaking discoveries about a bunch of different things in science, and how those vibrations on a microscopic level are linked to, say, the vibration of strings in a guitar or the vibration produced by a saxophone, stuff like that. This book is very, I want to say it's not accessible. It's not a very accessible book for everyone, and that's because it focuses very heavily on the physics aspect of things. Like, for example, there are some concepts in the book that even I was not able to fully understand, despite having studied high school physics for 4 years. So that's why I would say that it's not very accessible to everyone. But still, if you have a basic understanding of physics, of these ground rules in physics and mathematics, then I think you should be able to dive into the book pretty easily. You might need some help here and there, but otherwise I think for people who are into the world of physics and mathematics, they probably will get a new way of thinking about things and linking two seemingly disparate fields of study. People generally tend to think of music as being an art, and science as well. Science, it's hard science, and for most people, those two things are completely disconnected and almost seen as the protagonist and the antagonist in some sense. They're complete antithesis of each other. But this book, I think, does a pretty good job of linking or making meaningful connections between the two for the ordinary person reading this. I would describe it as a book for people in science who are interested in looking into the broader perspective, rather than people who are interested in music and looking at the broader perspective in terms of science. And that is, again, because I said there's a lot of physics and mathematics terms in here that might be complicated and people might need to look up from time to time. But apart from that, if you have a basic understanding, I would say this book is a pretty interesting read. It definitely introduces some new concepts that you might not have thought about. And the way it does it is I want to critique the writing style. I didn't find it to be the most encapsulating way of writing that I've seen, but so there might be certain parts that you need to just push through, in a sense, that you might not particularly find interesting. But apart from that, it's a pretty decent book. If you do have an understanding of physics, I would be on the edge of recommending this to everyone. But yeah, if you feel like you have an understanding in physics and want to explore some of the connections that Stephon Alexander makes between physics and music, then check it out. Here it is once again. And yeah, that's basically it about the book. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new and haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel to keep receiving more videos like this one. I've been Abeer Rao, and thanks for watching.